missing. Wondering what we're doing this for. What's the point in me talking if you never gonna listen? So many nights I cried. You were supposed to be there to wipe the tears from my eyes. I just had to realize that the pictures that you painted weren't true stories, but all lies. How can I get back to me after I stooped down to your level? Made shit worse than ever. This wasn't how it's supposed to be. We were supposed to be together, make it through whatever. I'm trying to find my way back, way back. Trying to find my way back.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, is my camera good?
You just can't see me. I can see you though.
Oh.
Can you hear what I'm saying though?
All right, all right.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm on you though.
Okay. Okay. We can run it like that. So we're back with another episode of the Chatterbox with King Jacob, yours truly. And we have two sensational special guests, none other than Brandy Martin and Jenny Neal. And so we're going to be talking about
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm good. So we're going to be talking about the film, TV, community, music, community development, and we're going to be talking about what goes on inside the entertainment business with all the gatekeepers.
Your phone going in and out, Jacob.
We're going to be talking about what goes on inside, the business of entertainment. So, Brandy, what's going on with you? How you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain.
I'm glad to hear. Man. So let's jump into your event, and then we can talk about everything else. So, why was it so important for you to put this event together?
Well, it was important for me and Janet to put this event together because we both are experienced in the music. I'm experienced in the music business. She's experienced 20 years plus in the music business, and I'm also in the movie side of the business. So we kind of like been low key, sitting back and other stuff, working on other projects and stuff. And we just was seeing what was going on within the industry. And we was like, we got our opinions about certain things. Certain things need to be changed. The industry is kind of like taking a huge downfall, whether people believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's take a huge downfall. A lot of the industry is divided, and we wanted to actually do something to bring people together and also to be a change and make an impact to make it better, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you're definitely a Midwest representative, from the greater Chicago area. So in that area, what do you feel needs to be changed, and why are you pushing so hard for it to change?
Well, I think a lot of things need to be changed. For one, I can say that I was also a part of what I'm about to express. Is you have to know the business and not just do the business. Like you have to go through the proper things like paperwork wise and owning your name and owning your music. A lot of people are making music and not able to have it played on real radio stations or on radio stations that you have to get paid for your plays and stuff like that without owning your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Going in, working with producers, no spreadsheets. A lot of different, I can give you a whole list, but it'll take all night. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of stuff. And then the division is one big thing. And it's a lot of opportunist things going on. It's not about being qualified anymore. It's about who you know. And a lot of people that are qualified are getting pushed to the back because they're not cloud enough or they're not younger enough. It's so many different reasons for this event. It's so many different reasons. And it's also providing informal information for those who are unaware, because I like myself, I call it late. I thought just chasing your dream was the biggest part of it, but that's not correct. You got to actually have a foundation, and that's your paperwork. So we
Okay,
got
okay.
dope
So
people that's credible people coming in the building to give you the
mhm.
informal information that you need.
Okay, so with putting this event together, what was the process on it, and how long did it take for you guys to really come up with a solid event to get people interested and want to be a part of it?
Well, actually, it didn't take me and Johnny long. We said it on the phone. We joked about it for a minute and just in talk and conversation, small talk or whatever. And then one day we seen something on social media and we was on the phone and we was like, let's do an event. And we had a conversation with someone who is in this industry, and just what they were saying and how they was going about what they were doing. We was like, we're gonna do our own event. How about that? So we removed ourselves from their event and was like, we're gonna do our own event. And that's how pretty much honestly how it came about. Putting this together wasn't hard because we both have rapport with everybody in this industry. So it was something as simple as her picking up the phone, calling all the music people, me picking up the phone, calling all the movie peoples, and us putting together an amazing platinum star panel. Everyone agreed to come in and be a part of it free of charge. And that's something else that we're going to talk about at this event. A lot of time people are missing blessings by getting involved to help the culture because they worry about a financial part of it when they have to remember that they had to start too and somebody gave them an opportunity. So it's so many reasons for this event, Jacob, but it didn't take long to put it together. No, it did not take long. Now, what has it been a struggle? Oh, they've been testing me and Janet for the last 2 weeks. I ain't gonna even lie to you, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And Sunday is gonna be amazing. And we got some amazing people that's gonna be in the building. And whoever comes out and support the event, that's exactly who God wants in the building.
Okay, okay. So with that being said, tell me about some of the discussions that you're going to be having, some of the topics of discussion that you'll be because so this is like a an expo slash seminar with a live panel and
Yes.
have an audience.
And
So
Q and
tell me,
A's and all of that.
right,
Yes.
right. So tell me about some of the topics of discussion that you will be having to really educate to help people understand. And this is going to be. It sounds like this is going to be something that you can do annually. So to tell me
We
about
are
some of
doing
your
it
topics.
annually every year.
Okay, then. Okay,
Okay,
okay, okay.
some
So
of the topics is gonna be this is the first annual. So we will be having it next year and we are looking to bring in new people from different states to get involved, from all genres of music, from all cultures and walks of life. We're gonna try to really make this big in less than a year because we're gonna start planning early this time. We planned this
okay,
like 4 months ago, putting this together. But the most topic is the business. That's what we're really about, the business and how you do business. We are surrounded by a lot of different things that are happening in Chicago up under the industry name. And it's from being a promoter in the club, from being a respectful promoter, acknowledging the fact. We used to have a thing here in Chicago where someone threw a big party that no one would else will book on that day. Now it's like no one cares. They would rather split up the people, the audience, just to do something. No one has a respect for the other person's what they're trying to bring to the table, and that's something that we lost. We had it, but we lost it. Paperwork, like I said, paperwork is the main thing. How equity. Your how you speak during interviews, how you go out and do auditions. It's gonna be a lot of different things. A lot of different things discussed.
okay. So I can tell you how, like I told you before, I was introduced to the Chicago sound growing up from listening to Donny Hathaway. But as I got older, I understood the house scene in Chicago, the house music. And so I remember when when I first got into the music business and started, managing artists, I will have people to say, "Hey, man, once you give your record, give your artist record to a house DJ and let them remix it, so they can plug you in with that type of music, and so they can get that connection, within the Midwest, within Baltimore, within Florida, and also overseas. Because what people don't know about house DJs, all of them connect and work so well together. So if you a rap artist and they 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 center the BP on the track and put a house beat to your vocals, and that thing is playing in London, in Australia, they're gonna be calling for you to come overseas. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
so, so why nowadays don't a lot of artists don't connect with the house DJs, in the EDM DJs and the techno DJs and electronica DJs?
I can't answer for all of them, but like I said, everybody's looking for the quick blow up. They're not looking for the actual work behind it. And I'm not saying the whole city or every artist are not just my city, but we are all looking for the right now and not what's going to actually prepare us for later on and how far it's going to actually trying to do. We got DJ Sluggo and a couple of the core DJs that's a part of this. Janet brought into this, so I definitely know what you mean by that. And Sluggo has definitely took a lot of tracks with artists and turned them into bigger songs than what they were. So I totally agree with you with that. But think about it, Jacob. Artists don't even really bring flash drives or anything out with them no more. Flyers or anything promoting themselves. Now, majority of them don't. Majority of them don't.
Okay.
They just don't.
Okay. So
A lot of stuff shifted.
right. So Sluggo is a DJ that we know down south too. So people know who he is. He's been putting in that work
Yeah,
for a very,
Sluggo
very,
is
very,
international. Yes,
yes,
he's
yeah,
international. Most
yeah, he is.
definitely.
Yeah, and a great dude. If you call his line, he'll pick up. If he don't pick up, he definitely gonna call you back to see what the business is. So shout out to him.
Yes.
Now, I'll say this right here. Now, Miss Janet Neal is your business partner, and she's been in the industry over 20 years. So, can you just give us
Yes, she has.
a briefing about who she is, and because I know she got a few companies, so I definitely want to shout them out. So, just
Yes,
want
she does. She has a few companies.
yeah. So
She
if you
has
can,
it's really that radio, City Changes, R3 Productions. It's a couple of radio stations here in Chicago that she actually started and put into motion. My Radio Chicago, International Radio. She actually started those businesses, although she's not running them anymore, but she actually started them, and they're successful. They're local, so a lot of people actually go on their stations. It's been successful for years now. She's worked with mainstream artists as well as underground artists. She's done concerts in big arenas. A lot of different stuff. A lot of different
oh,
stuff. She's very credible.
oh yeah. I looked it up, so I know she a heavy hitter. You know what I mean? So it's greatness. It's greatness to be plugged in with somebody like that, man. And
Yes, indeed.
on that larger scale. So I was looking at on your post, and I said, she got a few heavy hitters on this panel, and then I seen my homegirl Gigi. I was like, okay.
You heard
So
me say
for
business, so we gotta
yeah,
bring
yeah,
Gigi in.
yeah, Gigi. I mean, let me tell you something, man.
She the
Gigi is
truth.
pro- Gigi is probably the number one music administrator that really like. She really show artists how to get paid for real, for real.
How
You
to
know what I
get
mean?
paid. Yes.
So having her. So talk about some of your panel guests and why you actually chose them.
Okay, all of them was chosen because we feel like, for one, they've been putting in the work. We didn't just base it off on how long they've been putting in the work, as long as it was credible work. You know what I'm saying? It was actually credible work. A lot of those people, like you said, everybody on there is a star. Everybody on there is a celebrity, but we got a couple of legends that's taking part in this. So I felt like we felt like those would be the dope people that set the blueprints to come in and give out informational information. You know, a lot of these people that you see on the panel have never been in one room together. And that's the dopest part of it all. So we putting them in the same room together, also putting them in a room to actually show impact to the artists that's coming up, or the actresses and the actors that's coming up. So the star panel, whoo, it's so many names. Don't hold it to my heart, y'all. I'm gonna try to remember every name. Yes, Daddy gonna give them to me one at a time. Are you ready?
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Harold Dennis,
Michael David Hammond,
Showcase,
Tony Jordan,
Tony Jordan,
Focus the Connect,
Julian T. Allen, DJ Sluggo, Gigi Miller, Sandra Smart, Ren Terry, William Gates, Direct from Psychodrama, CEO Joe Global Stearns, Shantae Renee Smith, JT the Don, DJ King Rob, Q Ball, DJ Freddie B Heavy Hitter, Our Young Chill, Bo G Simmons, Maurice Elbow Jones, and Rob Diggett.
Listen, man, listen. Let me say this. This is such a small world. You know, I remember interviewing Rob, you know, and we was talking about him composing for the family business, and we was talking about him
For the family
doing
business, yes.
and we were talking about him working with the legendary Robert Sylvester Kelly as well. So you know, that's most definitely heavy hitter. And of course, you got Gigi,
That's
you
a
got
heavy hitter.
yeah. You know, you got DJ Sluggo, DJ King Rob, and man, my man from the Vertical DJs, DJ Freddie B, heavy hitter. So man, you
Freddie
know,
B.
yeah, Freddie, that's right. Yeah, Freddie B, heavy hitter for sure, for sure. So you got some heavy hitters, man. You got you know, Sandra, you got Maurice. Man, it's a lot of people that I've been networking with for years that's gonna be on your panel, man. That's pretty dope.
And we also have RJ Collins from The Voice, who is actually the headliner.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. So is Miss
And I
Janet
will
still
be
on?
hosting.
Okay, is Miss Janet still on the phone?
She is on the phone and she is watching now. Yes, she is.
Okay, so if you can give her a chance to speak, so you know I can get familiarized with who she is. Tell her she got the floor.
Tell her she got the floor.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Go
can.
ahead and talk, Jaden. Let's see if he can hear you. He said yes, he can. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, okay. I mean, what was the question?
She say
The
what he
question
say. She say what's the question, Jaden?
the question is, let me know who you is, let me know what you do, and let me know your
Oh,
vision to really put the entertainment business back in a place where it gets its true essence back.
okay. Well, I'm Janet Neal. I've been in the industry for 20 plus years. I've worked with WGCI, Z103, and from working at those stations and with iHeartMedia, it made me branch off to make my own internet radio stations here in Chicago in the Black communities. So I started off first helping out and putting together the parent Wallacare Radio. Then I went from Wallacare Radio to My Radio Chicago. Then I went from My Radio Chicago, creating that one to International Radio. Then I went from International Radio to create my own radio station, which is It's Really That Radio under R3 Productions. I've done like a lot of concerts at Soldier Field, Area Crown Theater. I've done stuff with Jay-Z. I've done stuff with Rick Ross, Beethoven Beats. I worked with a lot of people, Cat Williams, R. Kelly, who else? Ashanti. It's just so many. Spike Lee. I worked with Spike Lee doing a Chirac here in Chicago. I also did a lot of comedy shows with Earthquake, Bruce, Cheryl Underwood, all of them.
Okay.
And I've just been in the music industry for like a minute now, and I just been from one station to another, working, doing events, back and forth.
Okay. So as long as you've been in the music industry and the things that you've seen in the music industry, so I tell people I came in the industry during the analog era, and so I feel like the digital era has changed the music industry so much. I personally feel like the digital era has made a lot of artists lazy, because when you had that analog era, you had to have your music in the streets, and you had to put your boots all the way on the ground. So with that being said, what is some advice, or what are some ways that you think the artist can mix the analog and the digital era together to really get more notoriety?
And that's what August the 16th is about, because really, like I was telling Brandy, and me and her be talking a lot about a lot of things. And I'll be like, Brandy, do you remember when they had the movies and had the soundtracks to go with the movies, like Wait Till You Fail? That soundtrack was like off the chain. And nowadays, these artists, they're not working with the movie directors to get these soundtracks. We trying to go back to that era. I'm trying to reverse and go backwards, because a lot of stuff has changed in the industry, and it's not changing for the good. It's actually changing for the worse. So I'm trying to bring it back and have these people that's coming into the building to sit with these heavy hitters to know what they had to do to get where they at today. And they had to put their boots on the ground, because all of this technology that's running now was not back then when we were coming up. So I'm giving them a floor to speak on that, to give these people, to let these young artists, young directors, young actors, young A&Rs, managers, so they can learn from the best. Because a lot of them are out here doing this stuff, it's a mess. I'm just telling you, it's a whole mess.
Okay. Well, I can appreciate yourself and Miss Martin, trying to take it back to its true essence, and trying to get people to understand that if we get along, we can come along. You know what I mean? So because to me, the entertainment industry is so what we call it's so selfish nowadays. So with that being said, people should definitely take advantage of this opportunity that you're giving them, because this is amazing.
Thank you.
This is amazing. So now I don't particularly like to go into detail, but they got something that we call gatekeeping, and it's all over America. It ain't just in one city. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And then the people that are gatekeeping don't do nothing for the entire city. Because what I do know, that Chicago, Illinois is number 4 in national radio in America. So therefore, If you're in a
Mm.
level rate, if you have a level one radio station, if it's a hot indie artist, you're supposed to break his record, and you're supposed to be on the phone with Def Jam, Arista, Warner Brothers. Like, I got this hot artist, he's buzzing the city. He's doing constant shows. I want them to come and look at him. So, what these radio people don't do now is they're not in tune with the labels. So, if you discover this artist, or you can get him to the label, then the label gonna automatically pay you a finder's fee. And so, therefore, what are you gatekeeping for? Miss Martin, would you
You
like to
know
chime
what?
in?
You know what? I want to chime in and I acknowledge the fact of our conversation we had earlier about change, my change. So I have an angel hat on now. So I try to watch my words a little bit. But I would tell you this. I totally agree with you with the gatekeeping. I totally feel like it's something that is not needed. But um I am confident that no one can gatekeep my blessings.
That's
Nobody.
right.
What's for
That's
me
right.
is for me, and I'm gonna get it. Cause see, the God I serve, He opens the gate. There ain't no city gatekeepers for me. Now, but they do exist. They do exist, and they work their numbers. It's a red and a blue phone, like the red and the blue pill. It's that. It's definitely
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
But look at my name. Y'all see my name up under that? It say Big Red.
That's right.
That gun
That's right.
spicy, baby. That gun spicy. So I don't worry about no gatekeepers.
I I
And Janet
understand.
is a whippersnapper. She don't worry
Well,
about them either.
well, Miss Martin, I really understand how you're coming because you know who you are, and you definitely know that there's lessons in your blessings. I understand that,
Yes.
but for
Yes.
a independent artist who's putting everything they
Yes.
got, they blood, they sweat, and tears
Into it.
into this music, and you won't even give them a shot, just because you want to keep spinning the same records. Now, I understand that they have mainstream artists, and I understand that they want to support them, but those same artists wasn't always mainstream. They was independent artists
Exactly.
too, and they're not from your
Exactly.
city. They're not from your city, so somebody in their city had to support them to get them to your city. You know what I mean? So with
Hmm.
that being said, I'm gonna call them regular ass gatekeepers out all the time, every time. You know what I
Well,
mean?
call them out, Jacob.
So my thing is, that's why so many artists, that have this amazing talent. That's why they say, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go do something else. It ain't because they ain't got the talent. It ain't because they don't believe in themselves. It's because somebody is always trying to hold them back. Or when it comes to these females, if if the females don't do what the male want, with some extracurricular activities, here we go. Now you want to hold that against her, but
And guess what? You are totally correct. You are totally correct. I have to say, and now I won't hold my tongue about this. Now, the gatekeeper thing, it does exist. Don't get me wrong. I just joke about it because I'm not worried about it. But it's definitely here and it's everywhere. But as far as women, women are always downplayed in this industry, no matter what level or what title we hold. We always have to fight extra harder to get seen, get heard, get respected. And I'm sick of that. Honestly, I am so sick of it. But it gets really bad when it's other women that do it to other women. You get what I'm saying? So it's coming from like every angle. You just got to have some very tough skin to exist in this industry. And you got to be rooted and grounded.
yeah, yeah, but
Now, Janice says some people get their own self kicked out, and I get that. I
that's right,
get that too. You know, it's
man. But
up for grabs here, pretty much.
Miss Martin, I don't care if you're from Hollywood. I don't care if you're a gatekeeper. If I feel like you're wrong and you want to get jazzy, I'll cuss your ass out for real, for real. You know what I mean? Because
You know I will too.
when
You know
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah. I told you. So, I just can't stand seeing artists being screwed over. You know what I mean? Especially when I know artists is trying and they're spending their own money because it costs a lot to be an independent artist, and
It does.
and
It does.
and, and it costs a lot to manage an independent artist because sometimes that manager got to come out their pockets and not knowing if they're going to receive a return on their investment. You know what I mean?
I've been there.
Right. So
Yes.
if there's so much gatekeeping going on, then it's like how can I get a return on my investment? So that's why I tell artists that you have to do multiple things, man. You got to have your merch out there. You got to be a content creator. You got to put that shit in their face so they can't deny you. Because the same people that deny you, it can be somebody that just make a phone call that you don't even know. Hey, such and such got a show right here. I just want you to come and check it out. It could be somebody that went to college together or something. You know what I mean? I just want you to come and check this, and that could be somebody that you ain't never met, be a primary investor for you. So I tell artists, I tell radio stations, managers, man, just keep going because you don't know who gonna put some eyes on you, man.
Exactly.
You can let them gatekeep all they want, but somebody knows somebody that want to know you. Believe that.
I agree. I
You know what I mean?
totally agree.
So let's talk about. I see that you've been maneuvering your way into this film thing and this TV thing, man. Let's 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 talk about now I'm gonna tell you when I first seen you on TV. Your god sister had this movie I think it's called Change the Game, True to the Game, something like that.
A part of the game. A part of the
A part
game.
of yeah, a part of the game. So that's the first
Yes.
thing that I ever seen you in. You know, and
Oh,
I
that's long time
and
ago. Long
yeah,
time
so
ago.
so so I can tell you the first time I talked to your god sister was in 2014, long time ago,
Oh wow.
long time ago. Yeah, long
Long
time
time
ago.
ago. Yes.
So from there to where you at now, tell me, what's been your process? What's been the stepping stones that you had to take, and how much did you have to learn? Cause going from music to film is like going to get a whole doctorate degree because it's so different. It's the same, but it's still different. It's different in a lot of
It
ways.
is the same and it is different. The thing about it, it wasn't a hard transformation for me because I've always been into movies. It just wasn't a main priority or a main focus for me. It was a hit or miss. If I felt like I wanted to audition for something and jump in something, one of my friends, oh my God, sister was doing something. Jump in it. But I have roots from movies since I was a kid. A lot of people don't know. I was background in Backdraft, Chucky, and stuff like that. About to be 50 years old. So I've been around for a minute. I've been on the Moesha show. I've been on BET Live with Mos Def. I've been around. There was all non-speaking roles. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and got those opportunities. But Breezy was actually the first person to give me an opportunity in underground film. And that is a part of the game which you're speaking of. And I actually played 5 different people in that movie. A lot of people don't know that. So after that, it was Reginald Irvin, and he gave me an opportunity as Auntie Beb in Duality, and it's been up from there. I took a break, a hiatus from it because when you're trying to find your direction and you're discovering who you are, and life is life, and I have children that was growing up at the time and trying to form a business that would become a household name. I had to find some balance, so I chose to do music, but I was already a brand before I chose to manage and do music with any artist. So I just was blessed to get artists that was like family to me and still is. But transferring over to movies, it was it was a rush. because I actually got a chance to work with some of the dopest directors in the city of Chicago, and the opportunity to sit back and watch and learn. And some was actually willing to go as far as not just casting me, but teaching me. So it was an easy transfer over. I will say though, it's rough. It's very rough. There is definitely gatekeeping going on in this field as well. It's sad, but it's true. You have some that are willing to
Hold back up.
support you.
Hold up, Miss Maya.
Yeah, ain't no back up. It's the truth.
Hold up, Miss Maya. I said, hold up, Miss Maya. So there's definitely some gatekeeping going on in the film and TV industry as well. And
Yes, yes.
so you just can't say that and not talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Well, let's talk about it there. So I feel like I said again, women are fighting for our places, and we shouldn't be, because some of us are qualified just as well as the men are, and some are doing a job. Not to throw no shade towards the males, but just as well as the males. But it's easier for me to be booked and be in front of your camera than for me to create my own vision and bring it to life. It's kind of like stay in your place type of deal. If you
Mm.
understand what I'm saying, if it's making any sense. And if you don't stay in your place, it's like the phone goes off and everyone's chatting, and it's like, well, what are you doing? And why do you want the title? I'm glad you brought this up. Actually, I just watched another director in my city post up a very discouraging post about people just wanting a title to be a director. And I'm looking at it like, why they just can't want to do that? Why that just can't be a passion for them? Whether it's a late passion or not, someone wants to do something, no matter how old you are, where you come from, you do it. Why be so discouraging? I think that's why a lot of people run from the film and the music industry, because it's so much ridicule, and it's so much like, watch out, back up, move around. It's that type of mentality. And it's not with all of them. It's not with all of them, because there's some dope ones here that are open to collaborating, are open
Mhm.
to respecting the fact that you are coming in. I'm a truth person. So I know, like, the Will Gate and the Bo G that we have on the set, the Maurice, that we have on the set, the Michael David Hammond. There's levels to this. You understand what I'm saying? So I always
Mhm.
try to make sure I'm a new director. I'm a new writer. Just so I don't have to bite nobody head off, I put them in their place, because I understand and respect there's levels to this. I wouldn't compare my work with a Bo G. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not there yet. I'm looking to be there, but I'm not there yet. But you get a lot of ridicule for even attempting to try. And that's why August 16th is so important. So we can discuss issues like this, because guess what? We all started from somewhere.
That's
And
right.
there's no Steven Spielbergs. There's no, what's the guy made Dust of Dawn? I can't think of his name right there, but there's none of them here. Now we have some greatness here. We have a lot of dope people here that are making amazing movies and putting the Chicago and local people on the screen. But we got a lot of stuff that's going on in the back, and I think we will be much greater and much further ahead if we just rectify some of those things. But the
Okay. Okay. Well
transition
said.
was easy. It was easy.
Well said. Well said. So with
Thank you.
what you got going on August 16th, I got one question to ask you. Have you kind of put this inside any of the kids that go to college hands? Because a lot of them are going to be film directors, a lot of them are going to be journalists, a lot of them are already
Excuse me.
producers and bloggers and content creators. And so I think getting those young people involved is definitely something that need to happen. So have you kind of talked to any of the youth as well?
Well, I have a great following. I have a great
Okay.
following. I have several different pages. Janet has a great following as well. We've done a couple of amazing interviews like this one. But we're getting it out. We're getting it out there. Everyone is welcome to come. We want everybody in the building. It don't matter what level you on, because guess what? Every day you should attempt to be greater than what you was yesterday. I don't care if you've been in this business 50 years, if you've been in this business 2 hours, you should be willing to learn something. So this event is important for everybody, not just the people that's been around forever. Because guess what? They've been around forever for a reason. We want the new people. We want the young people. We want the ones who just got a vision about it and ain't even started yet to come out and be a part of this event.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes, we definitely looking for that.
And so for for you, Miss Martin, and you, Miss Janet. So, what are some things that you want to tell the next inspiring artist, or the next actor or actress? What is some things that you want? Because when you go into something that you want to make a career out, but you kind of go in it kind of blind, you know, you've been in it for so long, so you're the type of person, along with Miss Janet, can stop people from bumping their head. So, what are some words of encouragement that you would want to sit down and talk with them about, a heart to heart? Because when we
A
started
heart
in
to
this
heart.
business, yeah, we didn't have no heart to heart. I learned about business as far as growing up in the church, but when it comes to the music industry, um, I had to put my gorilla suit on real early. You know what I mean? And it just has to go like that, because know some people think you green, and you got to let them know real quick. So
Oh
to
yeah, I know.
to 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 keep an artist that's 16, 17 year old that's trying, that's really good at their craft but want to get into this business, what are some things that you would kind of coach them on?
To stay true to themselves, to learn the business, to never forget why they got in the business, because often that happens. With fame and with levels comes different devils, and things begin to change you. Staying true to yourself and learning the business is the biggest part, and being rooted. I'm not going to push religion off on anybody, because I know everybody has their own view of what they serve and everything like that. But whatever it is, I hope that you stay grounded in that, because you're definitely going to need it, because this is the devil's playground. So, yeah, just to be very aware that this is definitely the devil's playground. And the way you start will be the way you finish in
Well,
majority of the
well,
cases.
that's true. That's true. So, Brandon, you ain't gonna push it off on them, but I'm here to tell you, I serve a mighty, mighty, mighty God. So
I
just,
serve a mighty God. You hear
yeah,
me?
yeah.
I got
So,
the
so,
big
so,
cross on.
that's right. So, I don't feel like it's pushing off. It's just giving them some good news that they can use. That's all.
Exactly. But you know how fickle and funny social media can be, and how people take your words and twist it. So I'm learning the proper etiquette for doing
Yeah.
radio interviews and stuff. So I try to be as clear as possible to people who are gonna view this and watch this later. But yeah, I'm not forcing it, but I suggest you find them. Oh baby, I
Yeah,
definitely suggest you find them.
that's right.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
so, 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 anything they got to say about anything, anybody that I'm interviewing, man, my inbox stay open. It ain't never closed. It's just holler at me.
And
If
Jacob,
you
we
talk,
didn't just meet. We didn't just meet.
yeah,
You know me.
that's right.
And
That's
although
right.
I wear angel hat, you know,
Mhm.
you know I'm a live wire. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just told you that I'm so proud of your growth, and I told Miss Sandra that too,
Thank.
man. I said, man, she's grown a lot, so I'm proud of your growth, and don't let your feet off the gas. Keep going, man, because once you embrace that growth, what I mean, I know people can see a light on you. You know what I'm saying? So the
I'm
people
ready
said
for
the
my
light.
close up.
Yeah. I I tell people the light can be within you, but it also can be on you too.
Yes, it can.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it can.
But yeah. So just keep doing, man. So with this event, man, this is this is gonna be something that that people is gonna be talking about for a while, you know. And so um
That's the
when it
plan.
when it like I told Shanti the other day, right? I said, look, I said, you know what made me list want to see a movie? Back in the day, you know, my homeboy was like, man, you ain't seen a movie yet? I seen that movie 4 times. I said, well, let me listen to the soundtrack first. So
Yeah,
in my
Janet's big
eye,
on the soundtracks too.
yeah. So in my mind, if the soundtrack is hitting, then the movie is gonna be hitting too.
Yeah. And the
That's
soundtrack
what
will
I
make you
think.
want to
So
go watch a movie. Yeah.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And so let's talk about community development because you are big in the community. A lot of things have happened in your life to really change your direction on how you see things, how you see people,
Most definitely.
and how you think overall. So why why are you a person that's a force on the front line when it comes to reshaping the community and rebranding the community?
Oh, well, just to say it without saying it, I am a mother of a child who was killed by gun violence in the city of Chicago. And I'm also an aunt of a nephew who was killed here in the city of Chicago. And like myself and other parents and grandparents and mothers and fathers who also carry those titles, I'm a part of an organization that I would have never signed up for. So, with life being life, and there's nothing that I can do to change it, only thing I can do is be a part of the change. So I am a first responder. I am a gun violence liaison. I do work with Area 1 Police Department here in Chicago. I am at I have the privilege and the honor to be able to provide families with resources, not just with funeral arrangements, with repast help, with not just why the situation is going on, but the aftercare. Because a lot of people don't know that after the funeral, that's when things really start. So I do things from home. I work from home. I'm also a part of SWAP 63rd. That's an organization here in Chicago that is big on the reforming of the community, from reforming gang members to relocation, to helping, like I said, with the aftermath of families. We also help with families that will potentially go through this. There are so many people when I first got involved in community service, as far as this part of it, that wasn't affected yet, that have now been affected within the last past 7 years. So that lets me know that I'm headed in the right direction and when I'm a part in to be a part of the change with the community. As far as
Okay.
rebranding and rebuilding, I think the whole city, I think the whole states needs that. Not just a block, but we can only go block by block, community by community. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stuck in one place, although some of the organizations that I work with, they only serve to a certain distance and a range in our area. But I work in the whole city of Chicago and the outskirts. South Village, I'll go to South Village. Wherever it is that God sends me, I get someone that refers me because I've been doing really good with people actually connecting the dots with me now that they know. This is something that I really take pride in because I know that this is something that is not going nowhere right now.
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm going to be forever getting a family to help, our family to send in the right direction. And it's for a great cause. We've done and worked with programs as far as in turning in your weapons. You know what I'm saying? The Snitch Act, the No Snitch Act. Everybody is knows about the Snitching Act. So we've been a part of the No Snitching Act. You know how it becomes the No Snitching Act once one of your people get hit or you lose somebody that you love. So it's a lot of things that go with it that I don't get a chance to promote because this, like we spoke before the interview, is such a sensitive subject,
Mhm.
and it's for security reasons, and a lot of the people, the stories are confidential because the cases are still unsolved. So a lot of stuff I don't get a chance to actually put it on Facebook like I would with the acting and this event and promoting and stuff like that. But I love community service. I love it. And whenever I can be a helping hand, me and Janet talk about this. She laugh at me all the time because I'm always trying to get involved in something. She be like, girl, would you just sit down? I'd be like, no, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it. So
Right.
it's a part of being obedient too. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a stage in my
Mhm.
life where I'm not just moving because Brandy wants to move. I'm being obedient, and I kind of go where God tell me to go, and help
Yeah,
where
so
it needs to be helped at.
well, I thank you for being a vessel. I thank you for being a voice, because we need more people like you, and salute to you on this journey, because it's definitely going to be um, a journey that's not easy, but it's still going to
It's
remain
not.
remain it's still going to remain, truthful and epic. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people sit down and don't do anything. They just hope change come, but change ain't gonna come unless you put one foot in front of the other one. So you know what I mean. So salute to you for
And that's
doing
all
that,
you
man.
can do. That's all you can do. And I've been doing it. I've been blessed to hit the Chicago. A lot of the Chicago newspapers, actually, the New York Times did an article on me. They went around to 12 different states, and I was the only person here in the city of Chicago that they came and did an article on for my community works and what I'm actually standing for and working towards. So I've been blessed. I've been blessed, even from the living room. I've been blessed.
All right then. All right. All right. I love it. I love it. So before we close out, um, is there any last thing that you would like to say, as far as about your event, and as far
Yes,
as
yes.
any more upcoming projects that you may have coming to the forefront?
Yes, indeed. So the event is taking place on August 16th at Barton Doors. That's 1251 West Taylor Street in Chicago, Illinois. Everyone is welcome, whether you are a artist, an actor, or entertainer. No matter what you do, you are welcome. So knowledge is power. So just come in the building and get you some knowledge. Suck up this good energy, this great vibe. Me and Janet put a lot into this event. It has not been easy, but we done it for a great cause, and we hoping people just come out and support it and enjoy the great cause. Things coming up a lot. Miss Miller is coming out really soon. Shout out to Sandra Spicer, Smart Girl Productions. Also, thank her for hooking up this interview for me and Janet today. We appreciate you so much. Movie premiere, The Preacher's Truth, is August the 29th. We're having our second premiere. It's an amazing project by Boji Simmons and Will Gates. This is our second premiere. The movie is being looked at by some real heavy hitters. So that's a dope thing that's coming up for us August the 29th at the Morgan Park Academy Theater. I believe it starts at 4 o'clock. Come out and support that as well. Also, I just dropped a Gun Violence documentary on YouTube. You can go check that out. It's called That's My Child, or you can either find it at BAM Films dash 26. That's my YouTube page, my new YouTube page. And just stay tuned. There's so much more. I need 4 days to go over everything with you. I just want to shout out everybody. Most of all, God, thank God for everything that I'm able to get on this interview and even discuss, I talk about. So, and thank my business partner for believing in me to go and do this venture with me. So, yeah.
All right, man. You
And
heard it
thank you.
first. You're welcome. You're welcome. Most definitely. You heard it first, man. Chatterbox TV. Yours truly, King Jacob, Miss Brandy Martin, and her business partner, Miss Janet Neal. Man, it's been a pleasure, and they will be back.
Yes.
And so stay tuned for the next show coming up this Tuesday. We're gonna be talking about AI music artists versus the human artists. So that's gonna be a
Oh, wow.
heartfelt topic. Shout out to everybody, man. And I just want to say peace, love, and happiness. Take care of yourself. Be blessed. Stay encouraged. King Jacob, we out of here. Peace.
Peace. God bless you all.
You as well.